Greetings everybody, it is Umber Rays here today to do a little bit of a video while I'm just kind of dinking around here in Wotv. Not doing anything too much tonight. As a matter of fact, we're going to start this video off with something that I've been working towards for a good long while. If I'm correct, I'd like to think that I am. Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I actually finished one of the Veritas. Holy shit. I mean, anyway. Hi, guys. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something that, well, I don't want to say erupted, but was a thing that people were talking about on one of my most recent videos, which is end of service for global. There is some people who seem to be very, very concerned that the canceling of the English service means that end of service is coming. First off, let me get one thing out of the way. Eventually, Wotv will die. I'm sorry to tell everybody out there this, but every gacha game will eventually die. Be it the, lack of interest eventually, where everyone goes off and starts playing other things, or the cold death of the universe that we know. Eventually, everything will end. No empire lasts forever, sadly. But maybe that's a good thing, too. But that's really not what I want to say. I'm just beating around the bush before I talk about the fact that, no, I don't think that English voiceover work means that the game is going to die anytime soon, for a couple of reasons. I mean, first off, I think one of the things that they've been very clear about is the persistence of the global version. At this point, I mean, once you consider the fact that they've essentially brought it closer in line, there isn't as much development going on, there isn't an executive team really that's handling global anymore. Other than just the, translation and maybe some technical stuff, there really isn't too terribly much that is, an extra cost to running the global side, really. I mean, maybe Justin's gonna get axed soon if they ever figure out how to make, their live streams actually worldwide. But no, Justin, you're a great guy. He invited me once to some Wotv thing. Cool. No beef about you. But it's very clear that what they're doing is that they're trimming all external costs. More than likely, even though the worldwide version, what happened like last, a while ago, essentially, I don't want to say months because I'm not sure how many months, and it doesn't matter. The English voice work might have been something that was contractually agreed upon up until a certain point, and they just decided not to renew with the voice actors or anything. It kind of just moved on. And so, let me put it this way. If the global version was that unprofitable, if it was that bad off, they would just completely kill it dead. And it's probably, it is going that way as, players get less and less. We'll see what happens with the Advent Children collaboration global. If it is a financial boost like it was for the JP version, then, might continue or whatever. But that still needs to be seen. If they are cutting costs, they are essentially trimming the fat to make the global version more profitable, more in line with whatever the current earnings are. And that's essentially it. They want to make as much money as possible, and so long as the global version is still making any money, well, then it's probably still worth actually running, since at this point it doesn't seem like there's too much in terms of teams and development that is going on. Most of it's happening on JP, and most of it's just getting translated and retrofitted to be put on the other side of the app, which doesn't really seem that difficult in comparison to maybe what they were doing before with the global version, or English version, I guess, whatever. So yeah, do I think that Wotv is going to EOS on the worldwide side anytime soon? No, I think it's generally fine. I think they've trimmed so much fat off at this point that they can run it very, very minimally with only like a skeleton crew that doesn't even really need that much assistance or anything. They probably put those people onto other projects or stuff, maybe working on the thing that will eventually replace Wotv, but that takes some time, or, you know, just whatever their next project is, which they're going to try and sell, and it'll be the same cycle will begin anew as it does. Wotv is, you know, unless the JP side version goes incredibly unprofitable, it's not going anywhere. Square Enix itself is already trimmed so much fat from their side of stuff too that I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know. Think it's worth getting upset about. I mean, if you're worried that end of service will be in like a year's time or something, I don't know, maybe taper off on spending, go mid-tier, go very, very light, whatever you got to do. Because eventually this will just go flat out, and Gumi does not have a track record of releasing this stuff available for everybody to play later. I don't really care much about games preservation, so is what it is. Personally, with me, it's one of the reasons why I'm just not interested in starting a global version, because of the amount of time and the minimal that I'm going to get back from it. Like, really, it was more of just a, hey, let's try re-rolling again, because that might be kind of fun, and I'm slightly interested. And it didn't take that long, which was great for just making a short little video or whatnot. Like, I'm always here for, you know, trying to answer questions and everything, but, you know, I do think that if the trend continues, then yeah, maybe the worldwide version will die, but it has to get really, really low in terms of how much it's making before it gets there. With JP's revenue went up in the previous month because of, well, the Advent Children collaboration. It did actually bring in a good amount of money, which kind of proves the point that if they did more collaborations and they had stuff more available, this game probably would be more successful. But, you know, yeah, I don't think it's worth... Bottom line, let me sum it up because I'm just cycling at this point. No, I don't think it's worth getting in a tiz about anything that's going on in Wotv right now. It's... Sure. I think right now it's just going to coast along fine for a while on global. You're not going to get English voice work anymore, but you know, depends what the statistics were for people even using it. All right, that's how that works with these. Yeah, like, it's just like, that's essentially how it's going to be. It's just going to tick along, going to continue making whatever money it is. It probably doesn't cost that much, so it has to really just hit almost, you know, nothing before it is something that they'll just axe off, and it'll just be the JP version. I guess if you were concerned also about that, you could theoretically start playing JP if you don't care that much, if you're pretty indifferent. If you've already been playing Wotv for a while, it's almost the exact same layout, same system, same everything. You can always use translator app like Google Translate to help you navigate menus or any missions that seems really difficult. But yeah, JP is almost, you know, the same, but probably has a longer life cycle because it's making considerably more money than global is, at least for now. So yeah, don't panic, don't fret, don't worry. End of service probably isn't that close, but if you really want, you can always come over to JP, and hey, guess what? You could even join a guild right away. I got tons of space in mine, and we'd be happy to have almost anybody. What an advertisement. Hey, can you fog a mirror? Good enough. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Later.